Okay, hi. So I recently acquired a large sum of packs and tickets by investing in a standard deck and winning a few daily events. So I decided I would use those to draft and record it, and I might end up recording some of my daily events as well because those are pretty fun too and interesting to watch. In this pack, Contagious Clasp is really awesome, and I love opening one, but even more than that, Mimic Mat is just busted and insane, so I'm definitely going to take that. It fits into tons of decks, and it's just pretty much unbeatable if you get a good creature under it. Okay, so I've been trying to stay away from Infect because I've done Infect a number of times, and I always lose because I kind of suck at it. A good way to start going into Infect is to take a good black removal spell, because black is a good Infect color, and removal spells can work in other decks, although making a non-Infect black deck is kind of bad. Then there's, if I'm not taking Grasp of Darkness, there's also Trigon of Rage and Rustic, which are both pretty good. Trigon of Rage, awesome in the Infect deck as well. There's some good cards in this pack for Infect. Mimic Vat works pretty well with Infect as well, running your Infect guys into them, but Mimic Vat just always works awesomely. So I think I'm gonna take Rustic here. Might not be right, but I am trying to stay clear of Infect because it's been really bad for me in the past. And Rustic works pretty well in any kind of Metalcraft deck, as does Palladium Mare, giving you a bunch of mana and being a metal guy. There's a Plague Stinger in this pack and a Blight Mamba, so far it doesn't really look like Infect is being picked up on, but it's usually not picked up on in the first few picks, unless someone comes to the table deciding to draft it, and that's usually a bad idea. Gear Grabber, I don't think that guy's too amazing. Hummingbird is a good splash in a poison deck. Other than that, I don't really see the point. Yeah, I'm gonna take Palladium Mare here, and I'm still not committed to any color at all, so really I could go Infect if I wanted to, and the Rustic and the Palladium Mare would be less effective, but still useful. Palladium Mare is good with Tower of Calamities, but I don't know if I want to jump straight into that. Geez, Contagious Nim and Untamed Might. Of course, the one time I don't try and force poison, there's insane poison cards. Furnace Celebration is pretty good, but you've got to draft around it. If you only have like one or two sacrifice things, it's not super, but it does hit creatures and it can do that final bit of damage. It might be the best thing here. Liquid Metal Coating works with Rustic, and if we can pick up some like Shatters or Revokes and build a Metalcraft, red-white Metalcraft deck, Liquid Metal Coating works good in that. I think I'll take the Coating. And we're still not committed to any color at all. Here, Tunnel Ignis isn't amazing. If you want to draft an aggro deck, I guess a 2-1 for 2 is good if you can get a lot of them. This guy is amazing in Infect with Tel'Gallad Fallen. He's pretty good just by himself, but he's not as good as he would be in most sets because most things are artifacts. I like taking Darksteel Sentinel here because I have Palladium Mare, which ramping up to a turn 4 Darksteel Sentinel is pretty vicious. I want some of these Mana Mirrors, but neither of those are on color for Metalcraft. Well, blue is, but I prefer red, white, and blue isn't the greatest Metalcraft color. Those always come up later. So right now we've got a very nice start of artifacts. We need some good colored spells. 3/3 flying for 2 is great. A 1/1 for 2 is horrible. So that's one of those really Metalcraft dependent ones. I could take Furnace Celebration, but we don't have any spell bombs yet. We don't have any Barrage Ogres, so nothing's really making me want to jump into that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this. I might not end up playing it, but if I get enough guys, I probably will. I get enough artifacts. That's pretty horrible with all the artifact removal running around. You just 2-for-1 yourself pretty much every time. Panic Spell Bomb is alright, because you can use it with Furnace Celebration and draw a card. And sometimes, occasionally, the target creature can't block is useful. We don't have any equipment, but there's still 2 packs to go, and and to say that we won't get any equipment for the rest of the draft is probably not likely. So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy because he's pretty awesome. So now we've got this Panic Spell Bomb if you want. There's also a Galma's Warden, which is average. I wouldn't mind playing Galma's Warden. We are definitely in white so far. I mean, something could jump us into another color, but I wouldn't have. I guess this wouldn't really be a wasted pick because there was nothing else in the pack, and I'm hesitant to even play that to begin with. But if I pick this, we're pretty much sticking with white. Obviously, I'm not picking this as the only other colored card I would consider. Panic Spell Bomb or Disperse, neither of which are super awesome. Okay. So this guy's obviously good with the Arbalist, but he's pretty mediocre by himself. And I don't really favor blue that much. It's not all that powerful. This guy's obviously better than this guy in a heavy Metalcraft deck. But yeah, that's already having one, and it's kind of risky playing 2. You end up with a bunch of 1/1s that don't do anything. I'm actually not a huge fan of this guy because in your Metalcraft decks you don't have much room for colored spells, and you want them to be insane and to work with your artifacts, and this guy doesn't really that much. But he is evasion, so that's alright. Most of these are crap, but you know, if we pick up an Arbalist and some other good blue cards, I might play that. Yeah, all these are really bad. I'm thinking whether to take one of these or the Foil Mountain, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to take the Foil Mountain because all of those were pretty horrible. I might side in this against an Infect deck, so I'll take that. It's good to get rid of some of their early guys without trading and without taking neg1 counters. Telegelad Defiance is playable. It knocks their artifacts off and you draw a card. And while I'm not playing green most likely, I will take it away from someone else. I've heard Soul Parry can be playable on occasion. I've never used it, so I'm not sure. Front damage, 1 or 2 creatures would deal this turn. So if you set it up right, you could make it like a cheaper safe passage, where you just completely devastate their team. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I like this new draft setup. The template, how they tell you when your pick is accepted and when they're trying to get your pick to the server. So Azuri's Brigade, obviously insane, an 8/8 trample, but green is a pretty bad Metalcraft color. Caraspis Forger isn't that fantastic. Shatter, it's pretty good. By that I mean it's a removal spell, so it's awesome. But against some decks it's kind of dead, which makes it not as good as an actual removal spell. Because like Infect, they don't have that many relevant artifacts. I could take this, but I'm assuming I'll get those later. I could take this, but same with that. Those come around late. And I could take the Iron Mirror as well. I'm not sure about this, but seeing as how we're mostly white, I don't know, I might We've got a good artifact base. It's hard not to take this. An 8/8 trample for 4. Yeah, okay. Take that, and maybe that's wrong. I don't know. But 8/8 trample for 4. How can that be bad? I guess because it's green. That's how. But we'll make do. Clone Shell could go and find us our Azuri's Brigade or our Darksteel Sentinel. But even better than that, Perilous Mirror is a pretty amazing 2-drop. It gums up the ground. They can't attack into it without 2-for-1ing themselves early on in the game, and even late in the game, it can jump and then kill off one of their mirror or one of their just little dudes. Corpse Cur obviously good in the Infect deck, and that's about it in this pack. So I'm gonna definitely take the Perilous Mirror. Let's see. Ground Clock, not awesome. Carapace Forger is pretty subpar. A 4/4 is decent, but it's not an artifact itself, and you want your colored spells to really pop out and be amazing, incredible. But I might just have to take it. No, that's just bad. Because those do come late. Don't think I'm going to take that. I think I take Strider Harness. Getting Strider Harness down early means like I could pop out Azuri's Brigade with 5 mana, equip it, and attack for 9 hasty trample, which is out of nowhere is just insane. And it also goes well with the Shikari. So I'll go with that. There's nothing insane here, and I think I'll end up taking Auriok Replica. Blight Mob is good if you've got the mana to keep it up regenerating, because unlike Dredge Skeletons or whatever that card is, they can only attack into it a certain number of times before their guy is small enough to kill with one of your other guys. But I don't expect to always have that mana open, so I'm going to take this. Livesmith isn't amazing, even a foil Livesmith. Okay, Acid Web Spider is really good. He's a decent sized dude. He has reach, which is a relevant ability, and he destroys an equipment, which is an incredibly relevant ability because there's some really good equipments. But Revoke Existence also destroys equipment as well as artifact creatures and insane enchantments, and I don't think I can pass this up. So I'm gonna. It's also a lot cheaper, so I'm gonna take this one. And there's not really a lot in any colors. There's Panic Spellbomb, but without being red, that's, this could just be a splash. Double green is obviously not the greatest thing to splash. Maybe we could pick up one of the green spell bombs to help out. It's awesome that the mana fixer in this set is actually colorless. But we might end up actually being white-red, just splashing the Azuri's Brigade, in which case Panic Spellbomb would be alright. And there's nothing else in that pack that I'm taking. I've already got a Soul Parry. Flight Spellbomb again is alright if you're playing blue. I think I'll just take the Azuri's Archers. Side in the Infect deck when you need some guys to block their little dudes. But of course, you get a bunch of them, and you don't really need that many.